folks, thanks for joining me today. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be using a mold number 3 from Happy Dotting Company. And I'm using a stencil to draw on a heart. And then I'm going to start sketching on some whimsical kind of curly cues and some dots, things like that. This is going to be a very simple but elegant design. I'm only using 3 different colors in this. One is black, which is the base coat. 2 is wild berry, which is also by DecoArt, the same as the black. And my third color that I'm going to be using is DecoArt Metallic White Pearl. So as I go along, I'm just going to be doing an outline of these whimsical curly cues and hearts and things like that are all going to be done in the wild berry. I decided to keep this one very simple because the design itself is what's beautiful, and the color, although I used a wild berry, I could have gone with red, I could have gone with a light pink. Heck, I could have even done purple if I wanted to, but I just wanted to use one color in its original, right out of the bottle. So there is no additives to this, no whites, no blacks, nothing at all. It's just plain old wild berry. It's a very pretty dark pink, and that's why I chose it, because I wanted it to be a little bit on the red side rather than on the pinky side, like the lighter side. And all I'm doing is, to the best of my ability, I am following the lines that I drew on here. I also add more as I go, just to fill in some extra spaces or to make it look a little bit better. And you can do whatever you want to do. Like I said, I started off with a basic shape of a heart. I used a stencil. I'm going to be using that stencil again in a couple of other tutorials that I'm going to be doing. So stay tuned for that. It is a spin wheel kind of stencil where you pick the stencil that you want, and it's open in the sort of little piece of the pie that's missing out of the spin thing. I'll show you in the next tutorial that I do when I use it, so that you get an idea as to what I'm talking about. But basically, I just use the heart shape instead of using my regular blue stencil that I have, only because it had a better shape of the heart that I wanted. So that's why I used it. One thing with hearts, I find there's many different ways that you can actually draw a heart. So they could be like really wide. They could be like really skinny and pointy at the bottom. Their bumps could be really big or really small. I mean the bumps like at the top of the heart. There's so many different ways. You can even make it lopsided, so one side's bigger than the other. That's the cool thing with hearts, is that your imagination is your only limitation. So I urge you to try different types of hearts, different styles, and come up with the best one that you like. I also use a stencil because it allows me to be symmetrical as much as I possibly can. I'm not very good at drawing symmetrical things from one side to the other, so I do like to use my stencils as a guide. But when I put in all of these extra elements of it, that's all me. So I'm not using a stencil on this. I'm not using any kind of guide. I just etch or sketch this on with my General's charcoal pencil, and I'm just sort of filling it in. So as I keep going, I'm just going to say, if you like the video, give me the quick thumbs up. It's the fastest and easiest way to let me know. If you're new, thank you for joining. I ask you that you please subscribe if you want to see more of my content, as well as ring that notification bell because these are coming out very fast and furious. So you don't want to miss any of them when I post them. So make sure that you get those that little bell rung so that it gives you a quick notification if you have that turned on. So there is that as well. I also want to remind you that in the description now, I have all of my videos and tutorials and things like that are all listed there. So at the end of every year, I do sort of like a recap or a review of everything that we've created within that year. And then in the description of that video is a link to every single one of those videos that are in the pictures, so or in that video. So I'm just reminding you that those links are available in every single description in all of my videos. I will be working on the previous videos that I have done, and I will be putting them into there as well. So this is something new that I started this year, so give me some time there to update all of that stuff, and it will all be there ready for you to go and check out. So I really hope that you do. I've covered an awful lot of stuff, and I'm still discovering new things, new techniques, just a lot of fun stuff that I experiment with and I get a joy out of doing. And then if it's something that's really cool, I do video on it and I post it for you. So I hope that you keep coming back and viewing more. So back to this little cute heart here that I'm doing. Like I said, it's going to be rather simple, but the simplicity of it certainly makes up for the elegance of it. I guess I didn't really say that right. The elegance of it makes up for the simplicity. So we'll just verse that so that it's the right way to say that. But I do make some of the parts of the heart a little bit thicker than others, just to give it some dimension. And then I do go in with black a little bit later, and I clean up any of those edges that maybe ran into each other. Oh, here I'm showing you how I wipe away that chalk. I'm using a damp cloth, and all I did was I have a little spray bottle. I gave it like 3 or 4 squirts of water, and then where it was wet, I put my finger into the rag, and then I just wipe it all off. And it comes off so nice and clean. And then I can go in with my black paint and I can do up any of the touch-ups that I wanted to do. So in this particular part, it got a bit thick on me, and some of that wild berry paint kind of touched each other, and I didn't want that to happen. And this one here was a little bit too thick for my liking. It was kind of lopsided compared to the one on the left side, so I wanted to make it a little bit thinner. So that's the miracle of acrylic paint, and why I love it so much is that if something does go wrong or isn't to your liking when you first put it on, just let it dry, and then you can paint over top of it with whatever color. And it's perfect to fix up any of your mistakes, and it looks really good, especially after you've resined it too. It looks so good. You don't see any of those stroke lines from your paintbrush or anything like that. So just go and have fun with it and enjoy it. I would really love to see, if you try this design, I would love to see what your rendition is. So head on over to my Facebook page, and you can sign up there, and then you can post your artwork, and then maybe I can start featuring it on my YouTube channel. So that's something else that I was thinking about and thought might be a really good payback to everyone who watches and does my designs and follows along with my tutorials. So keep that in mind. So now I'm going in with my nail stylist. This is actually an embossing tool that I got when I used to do a lot of scrapbooking, and I converted it into one of my favorite dotting tools. I have two of them, and they are different sizes. So there's one size on one end, and because it's double-ended, on the other side it's a slightly smaller or bigger size. And like I said, it's a set of two, and they're my go-tos. I use them for absolutely everything. So yeah, so I'm just going in, I'm filling in the heart with some white dots, and now this is, like I said, the metallic white pearl, and it looks absolutely amazing once it's been resined. And I really hope that you like this and you give it a try. So I hope everyone is doing well today, and is enjoying the day where you finally have some sunshine after a lot of really snowy days. So it's been nice to see, and yeah, it's to get rid of that February blues, right? So and that's what a lot of us deal with our depression and mental state and things like that, that February tends to be that one month that, even though it's the shortest, it seems to take the longest to go by. So I do hope that everybody is doing okay and is coping along with all of this really cold and frigid and white snow that keeps falling and our really, really cold temperatures. We've been very, very cold here lately, and my car sometimes does not like to start, but it's something that we deal with living in Northern Ontario. So it is what it is. So I'm just adding a few more swirls, like I had mentioned. Going to put a little bit of the white dots in there, let it dry for 24 hours, and then give it a coat or two of resin, and it's finished. So there you have it, folks. Life is what you make it, so get creative.